hacking, trolling and cyber attacks have also undermined election after election. But as I say, the EU is apparently gearing up to strike back. Leading experts from across the globe have descended on Brussels to get their heads together and preempt interference. The looming threat to the heart of the democratic process is the spurring advances within artificial intelligence and big data. Some of these will be unveiled during the high-level conference. Claude, let me come to you. Two questions for you. First of all, is this actually really new? It's essentially propaganda. Propaganda's been used by political parties for as long as political parties have started. And second of all, what can Europe actually do?
I'll tell you what's new, it's the scale. And by the time we get to the European elections, we're going to have the American midterms. But by the time we get to the European elections, a cross-border election, a truly international election, this kind of stuff, the Orban stuff, is going to swamp us. And that's what's new. What isn't new is political propaganda, throwing mud. Of course, that's normal. But what Orban is trying to do, and what you did very well, is to ensure that the scale of this is so wide that it will reach enough people and enough vulnerable voters, enough people that will believe it. I mean, there will be people who don't believe it, people who feel that way inclined anyway and who will like it. But there are those people in the middle, people who will be on Facebook, who will be frightened by it, people who have never seen an immigrant or an asylum seeker, as is the case in Hungary or the case in Poland. And these kind of Visegrad
what is the best
countries.
way then to combat that?
Well, this is the point about today, and I thought Jennifer put it very well, because it's going to take technology and it's going to take political will. And one of the things about the conference today that I noticed was that it's getting people together, but we now need to stop talking and figuring out what you do about Facebook and the other platforms that are going to propagate this kind of stuff. There's no point in talking about it anymore. We've got the European elections coming up. This stuff is out. We know it. We've said that here in the European Parliament. What do you do about it? It's not about doing something on free speech. Now, you're a journalist. You did really well here in saying what is the norm. It is not about banning free speech. It's about ensuring that you don't clip this guy so he says something that he had not intended to say. And I thought if what you did on Euronews today was being done a lot, then we'd be fine. But it's not, because these messages coming out of Facebook are multiple. So very quickly to say that you need cyber solutions, but you also need, for example, Facebook, we're going to do an audit. We haven't seen any evidence of that. We've not seen evidence of some movements forward. And also in Europe, by the way, Darren, we don't even have the political advertising laws that you even have in America. So we have a real problem here in Europe before the European elections, and I'm very worried about it.
Oh,